Hey guys, how's it going out there in tech land? Today's video, we're going to touch on a couple things. Well, yeah, just a couple things. The first thing we're going to touch on is Steam. My first impression, I love it. A lot of people say it's kind of useless because there's not a lot of selection of titles out there right now. But what they're doing is laying a foundation, guys. This is awesome. The execution was flawless. It's perfect. I haven't had a crash, a stutter. I haven't had a problem with my credit card. I put it in once. Now it's like iTunes. I just buy my games, have to fool with my credit card shit no more. This is a step in the right direction. Torchlight so far is my favorite game. I love those type of games. My gaming name is The Real Applesoldier. Capital T in the, capital R in real, and capital A in Applesoldier. The Real Applesoldier. One word. Okay. I've been chatting up all morning while playing Torchlight. Multiplayer's coming to Torchlight, so I'm going to be able to game with people. So what I'm waiting for you all to do is convince me that I've been wrong. Have I been wrong about PC gaming all this time? Is that a good reason for people to hold on to their gaming PCs because games are so much fun? I have never been a big gamer, and I probably never will be. I don't think this is going to change my stance on that, but I've got an open mind. If you all can show me what I've been missing, I'll gladly give you credit for showing me why you enjoy gaming so much. And I like gaming, don't get me wrong, I love the game. In my spare time, I've already played Torchlight for 8 hours. That's how much I love that game, and I'd love for you guys to get on Steam here and let's chat it up and talk and stuff and hang out. Send me some friend invites. Show me what this is all about. So far, I've not been so impressed that I'm going to start being a big gamer. I just like to game casually. That's me. I like to get on Steam, buy the games, the newest games that have come out, and play them casually. I don't really get into all the achievements and the multiplayer stuff, but I'm willing to try, okay? Because this has really laid out a great foundation for me to try to start getting into this kind of thing. Macs have been without games for a long time, so I think it's going to take us a while to get used to the fact that the games are coming. Portal and Torchlight are the two best ones. Torchlight's just $10 right now. It's on sale. Left 4 Dead's coming, and of course, more games are coming for the Mac over the summer. And it's just going to get better and better and better. And I want to play you guys, PC guys, Mac guys. Get online. Let's play here. I don't think that the performance of these games is going to be any different than on the PC side. You're all going to have your decked out rigs, and we're going to have our iMacs, and I think you're going to come to find that we're playing just as well as you guys are. I'm not saying every single PC game that's on Steam or Valve or whatever is coming to the Mac, but a lot of them are going to be. And the Mac users need to get out there and show their support. Portal is completely free. Steam is free. So all you Mac users that watch my video, go out, download Steam for free, and get Portal. It was free when I got it. I'm not sure if it still is. Maybe it still is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. But go check. Go check and at least download a demo. Download the demo of Portal. Show these guys that you're interested in this. And let's get this established so game developers have just as much of an incentive to release games on the Mac platform as they do the PC platform. Because I'll admit, I've been bitter over the years, leaving us out, leaving Mac users out. Once again, we just wasn't important enough to direct resources to. Either that or Microsoft was on a big conspiracy telling developers not to develop for the Mac. We want to keep it on the Windows. And either way, it's shitty, but more than likely, they didn't think the market was there. The same thing with Adobe and Flash. As a matter of fact, I got this little banner here. There. The PC gaming community treated the Mac the same exact way Adobe did back in the day. You know, Apple actually came to Adobe for help in the early days, wanting them to make a native version of Premiere, or at least port a version of Premiere to the Mac. And Adobe told them no. I even heard rumors that Adobe wanted Apple to pay for it. And they said at the time the platform just wasn't viable and worth investing money in, and I'm thinking, shame on you. That was a decision, and a sound business decision it was. But it was a decision nonetheless, and now you have to lay in the bed that you've made, okay? And the PC gaming community done the same thing to the Mac guys. They said, forget you guys, you're all not worth it. And now they're becoming worth it. Now we're finally becoming worth it. It's kind of a big, we told you so, okay? And so far, Valve, Steam, is the only people that I've really seen trying to reconcile the fact that they've ignored us for all these years. id does a good job of doing that, but there's a lot of PC developers out there that have ignored the Mac, and they're going to continue to ignore the Mac, and if they do, it's going to get worse and worse. They're going to be locked out in the cold when the platform gets bigger and bigger. Maybe it won't. Maybe this is just a flash in the pan and Apple will die in another 5 years, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe the developers will be regretting this decision. But either way, decisions have been made, and us Mac users not only feel neglected by Adobe, we feel neglected by the PC community, we feel neglected by almost everybody in the tech community. For years and years and years, they told us Mac sucked. For years and years and years, they said, why do you want to get a Mac? You can't get no apps for the Mac. You can't do this on the Mac. And now, finally, it's come back around, a revolution, you know. That's why it's called a revolution, because it always comes back around in your face, okay? And this is the Mac revolution. It's come back around in their face. And I really wish they would embrace it this time, instead of making the same mistake that they've made all the years before. And as I said, us Mac users became embittered. We became bitter to all these companies for ignoring us and saying, screw you. And we're like, well, man, we're worth it. Come on. We're the guys. We'll spend the money. Us Mac users don't care to spend money. We might not be a quarter of the market share, but I guarantee you we will spend more money than the PC crowd will. The Mac, people who own Macs spend more money than people who own PCs in general. That's just the way it is. I'm not saying Mac people have more money. I'm not saying Mac users are rich. I'm just saying for the most part, Mac users will spend more money on tech and gadgets than PC users. Just look at the digital downloads. Mac users pay for their music twice as often as PC users do. At least that was the fact a few years ago. Maybe that statistic is changing. I don't know. But we do. We feel bitter, and we're waiting. We're waiting for these PC developers to kind of make reconcile with us. Give us a hand. Stretch out a hand and say, listen, let's give it a go this time. Maybe we was a little hasty a few years ago. Okay? And like I said, I only see a few companies doing that. So don't come off like us Mac users are just snobs and we're all the time bashing Windows. We've dealt with this for years of being ignored and spit on and spat on and talked bad about. This Windows bashing just, you know, really got popular here over the past decade. But Windows has always looked down on Mac users. It just seems like there was a time when the roles were reversed. If you all can remember, some of you may not. And the way us Mac users feel high and mighty because we know our computers and our operating system is better than Windows. There was a time when Windows users felt that way. They was proud of their operating system. Windows 95 was huge. And they made fun of Mac users. A lot of people, I got hell over. I got hell so much that I had to keep a Windows PC. And I didn't get, that's not the reason I kept a Windows PC. But I kept a Windows PC because it was just everywhere. I mean, Macs were just really not accepted. They were accepted, and I used them, and they were accepted in their own little niche. And you know, it was about like it is today. Macs held that they were better made and had better applications and stuff. But today, Macs have really took hold because of the iPod and the mobile market and the iPhone. And this has made people notice their Mac computers. And now, because of the halo effect, a lot of people are buying Apple computers as accessories to their iPhone and iPod. Whereas used to, people would buy an iPod or an MP3 player as an accessory to their computer. But not with Apple. The halo effect has worked so well with Apple, people went out and fell in love with their iPods and iPhones, and they've said, Jesus, this iPod and iPhone is so nice. I'm going to try one of their computers. I bet it would make it so much better. And that is the halo effect that Apple is having. And I really wish that these PC developers, gamers, would kind of just get on board. Come on, we're bitter. We're sorry if we're bitter. We're trying to get over it. Help us get over it, would you, please? Don't do us the way Adobe did us, and then when we finally come back around in your face, you spit at us some more and say it's our fault. Okay? You're doing good. Steam is awesome. It's not useless. It's a great product, and I only see wonderful things happening for it in the future, and it really makes me feel positive about this kind of direction that we're moving. I really, really do. Macs are getting better. This is really solidifies the platform for me. As I said, I'm not a real big gamer, but it really solidifies the platform in the fact that we have just about everything that the PC side has now. They might be able to tear into their machines and put little tweaks here or there, put a custom fan in it or a different graphics card, but for the most part, we're on the level now, and it makes me proud. Sometimes I wondered if this day would ever come, and it has finally came. Now I just hope we can keep pushing it forward. Okay? Now, enough of my glorious review of Steam. I commend you guys at Valve and Steam for really taking the Mac by the horns and saying, this is a viable platform, by God, and we're going to fucking make sure we do something about it. Thank you very much. Now, on to the second reason I'm here is an app called KeyCue. It's like 30 bucks. What it does is, if you hold, let's see, what's the keyboard shortcut? I'm trying to think. If you hold the command key, it'll bring up every single keyboard shortcut for that application. As you can see across the top, File, Edit, View. Here's Dock, Finder, Services, File, Edit, View. See, these are all those drop-down menus. And every single keyboard shortcut available is here. And if you want to, you can just click. And you can access that command, or you can just use it as a reference. Or, like I said, you can actually click on the keyboard shortcut itself, and it'll work. And you can customize the look and everything. Now, it works in any app you're in. If you was to bring up, let's see here, Text Edit, and use it inside of Text Edit here, you can see now every single keyboard shortcut comes up that has to do with Text Edit, because we're in the Text Edit application. So if I want to show the fonts, I just say Show Fonts, and say it's Command T, or I can click it, and there's my fonts. Awesome, awesome application. I can't recommend it enough. Any application you're in, if you want to know keyboard shortcuts, or you just want a quick all-access menu to all the commands, KeyCue. Just hold the command key, and there you go. You have a quick access list to all the keyboard shortcuts and commands you can click on or use manually with the keyboard shortcut. So, like I said, you can use this as just like a reference to look at, or you can actually use it as a functional palette to get to these shortcuts instead of going up to the menu. This lays them all out. Very, very nice application called KeyCue. Okay? And that's that. Stay tuned for my next video. We're going to do a Cinebench video since they have a new 11.5 version out now. We're going to go through that and test my 27-inch iMac. I apologize for not bringing up the Steam interface. I don't know what I can and can't do as far as copyright goes. Okay, so I didn't want to take any chances. And as you can see, when you install your Steam games, you can choose to install a shortcut or an icon on your desktop. And here's an icon for every single one. You can fire up Steam. There's an icon for Steam. Okay, it's not in here right now, but there is an icon that just says Steam. Here it is. Okay, now you can fire up Steam and access all your games through the Steam interface. Okay, so if I click Steam there, it would bring up the Steam store, and it would list all the games I've already bought, and I could access and play the games through there. Or I could just double click on each individual icon, and it'll fire the game straight up. So you can put these icons in your dock, or put them in a folder and put them in a stack. It's up to you. So I've got all mine in a folder, and I've got them down here in a stack. So they're easy to get to. So there we go. That's that. Stay tuned for my next videos. I look forward to it. I'm sorry that I haven't been making videos lately. It's been a real busy month, but I hope to get things back to normal. For those of you who follow my tutorial channels like Appleshakeguru and Modoland, I apologize for being so slow on that. I'm working on some tutorials there. It's really hard to get some Modoland tutorials up because they have to be under 10 minutes. And the other tutorials on Appleshakeguru sometimes can take a while to get right. So just give me some time and I'll get to them. I apologize, but thank you for hanging in there. And I look forward to talking to you guys again. OSTM, brothers.